Hey, everyone, it's Mr. C here to give you a walkthrough of our virtual learning activities. So let's get it going here. So you can see in the column on the left, those are our do first activities. Those are things that everyone's going to do. After you've done those activities, we have a choice to make. You can listen to a podcast, create a video, explore technology. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in detail later on. And of course, everything we do, we're trying to share our learning to SEESAW. Now that we're not at school, we're not together, it's even more important that we have a place to share our work and just stay connected with each other. So the first activity we have is a family activity. You can do this with mom, with dad, with your entire family. It's totally up to you. And the goal of this activity is to look at our media balance, understanding what media balance is, why it's important, and finally, how can we be balanced at home? So you'll do this by watching a brief video and having a discussion with your parents. And I'd love for you to share your responses on SEESAW in a format that makes sense to you. Parents, I'm also sharing some resources. It's totally up to you if you'd like to use these. Let you make that decision at home as a family. So after you're done this activity with your family, we've got our do first. Every fourth grader will be required to work on their coding curriculum. And then we've got some pathway choices. You'll choose at least one of these activities. And finally, we'll be sharing all of our work, all of our thoughts in our SEESAW journal. So I've got some suggested times here for each activity. For coding, I'm thinking about 10 or 15 minutes, although you could do a little bit more, should you choose. Remember to log into code.org using your school Gmail. That's really important so I can see your work in progress. I've left the coding for you in a very open format, so you might continue a course that you've already started. And I've put direct links into some of the more popular courses. But again, use the course catalog, go back to a course that you've already started. The choice is yours, okay? So go ahead and click on those blue links and make a decision on which course works for you. And remember, as you're coding, I'm hoping that you can share some sort of learning from the day. So think about taking some screenshots or video recording your screen, doing something to share a takeaway from your day. So now we're getting into our choices. And so why choices? Well, the goal of this class is to teach you how to use technology productively and to just be a good human. We learn to code so we can be in control of our experience, so we can be creators of content. These choices here were picked specifically to give you an experience using technology in a productive way. So before you make your pick, go ahead and just take a look at each activity and see which one makes sense for you. And yes, it's totally okay to start with one topic and then make a change later if you're not feeling it. And remember, this is probably going to be really challenging at times. We don't have our classmates. We don't have each other to rely on, but it will be fun. This will test you to solve problems in a different way. Just know I'm here for you. If you're having a problem, fill out the Google form. And you can be on the lookout for some offerings of live Google Meets as well. So our first choice activity is listen to a podcast. And what I absolutely love about podcasts is you can listen to these in the car, on a walk. You truly can learn anywhere, anytime. So I'm just asking you to browse these two lists. Try to find a topic that you're interested in, okay? The first list is one I put together on a Padlet. The second list, podcast 2 there, is from Common Sense Media. And after you've listened, I'm just looking for a little bit of reflection. Like, what caught your ear? What's the important message? What questions do you have? Just feel free to summarize or reflect on your favorite moments through your SEESAW journal. And remember, you can use any format you want. You could type a note. You could do a selfie video. Whatever makes sense for you. All right, so the next choice is create a video. It doesn't matter to me what device you use. It could be a phone, it could be an iPad, just any type of camera you've got at home. And if you're motivated to do some editing, with Apple, there's iMovie, and there's also clips on the iPad and the iPhone. And the Chromebooks use WeVideo, which works really nicely as well. We talk a lot at school about how critical it is to understand how to communicate using media in this day and age. And I want this video experience to be fun and to get you behind that camera and get you thinking outside the box with how you communicate your messages. I look at video as the modern day way of writing. Just like writing, we can entertain, we can inform, we can persuade. So I have some suggested ways of creating video for you here, but if you have a better idea or you want to turn a piece of your writing from class into a video, by all means, please go ahead with that idea. Whatever you choose, I really want you to focus on capturing different types of camera angles, okay? And if you decide to edit, add some visuals and add some audio. So you could make a video diary of your quarantine and tell us what you're up to. You could make an iMovie trailer about a book you're reading, anything. If you're feeling brave, you could start to edit that PE exercise video you made when this was sprayed. Maybe write an inspirational TED Talk and record it. Or like I said, get creative with it. Whatever you do, we're going to post those videos to our SEESAW journal. And I've also created a little document that has some different tips and tricks that might help you as you're learning to capture video. In this last choice of exploring technology is a little more open-ended. There are all ways that you can use technology productively. We need that practice in order to make those good choices. So you can visit Newsy.LA and find an article that you like. What I love about this site is they're all up-to-date current events for kids. You might watch an inspirational TED Talk or learn about the coronavirus with Brain Pop, or explore a wonder of the day with Wonderopolis, which is one of my favorite sites. Whatever you decide to do, you're going to just answer these reflection questions again in a way that makes sense for you using any format in your SEESAW journal. And I'm looking at SEESAW as the place that we keep our community together during these tough times when you guys are at home, we can't see each other. I think that's important. I know I'll be using SEESAW to check in with you guys, making little videos of things I'm doing here at home. Just remember to log in using your Google password. Be sure to post at least one of your code.org learning pieces and the choice activity, or whatever you do, just try to make it meaningful, not just another post to check a box, okay? If you're having trouble logging in, I've created a help desk request form. Fill that out. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And when you're making a post, just use the tools that make sense to you, make sense to what you're posting. And as a quick reminder, we press the add button to start a post, then decide on the format. You could write it, you could draw it, you could capture a video. Be creative with your response and make sure it makes sense for your message. And if you're having problems, I've created a help desk request form, so fill that out and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I know this can be a stressful time and I'm here for you. I believe in you. I know we can do this together. We'll build it together. So again, enjoy your time with your family. Love you guys. Be in touch.